What's up, good people? And welcome to another session of that verbal cardio, man. We back. I'm back again, man. I know. I be starting and stopping. Verbal cardio be, it be here and then it's gone and then it be back and then it's yeah, I know. I know. I'm fully, ownership, accountability. Y'all been asking for it. And it's back again, man. Verbal cardio has returned, and I'm gonna do it consistently. Now I got the backdrop. If you can't see it, you're missing out on the lavish backdrop right here. But if you are watching, you see the backdrop. You see it. Transit Pictures done hooked it up. Tone, Cam, they out here, mad scientists behind the scenes, man, making it all happen, making it all look legit. Remember when verbal cardio, it was just me talking. It was like you could just only hear my voice. And now we blowing up. We got it. We got the backdrop, lighting, and props. We got couch pillows in the back. You know the couch cushions. You know you really getting it in and doing things when you got the couch cushions in the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, when you watch Oprah Winfrey, you be like, yeah, man, Oprah got the guests on here, but y'all not thinking about the couch cushions and the couch pillows in the background. You're not thinking about the background aesthetics, man, but you need to. Like when you watch Ellen, they on the couch. Got the pillows, the back pillows, man. And then the guest comes in, they sit in that little solo chair or whatever. Ellen over there, they got the pillows, the aesthetics, the fake city in the background to make it look like it's broad day. But in here, we got the verbal cardio in the back, making it look like it's verbal cardio. I just made that word up, but y'all not gonna judge me out here. I got my patrons with me. I got the bakery crew here with me live right here in the Chatsworth. I want to give y'all shout outs on the actual show. Nana P, Afro Geeks, my mod, that boy Vic. These are my patrons, man. Kiyomi Barksdale, More Love, Creation by Kidada, Bank 757, Marquell Fields, Ashley, you know what I'm saying? Alicia, Sean, More Love, Hannah J. You know what I'm talking about? Matt Michael, I don't know if I said it right. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all in here, man. I appreciate y'all. Jennifer Smith pulled up. These are my patrons, so they get the special treatment, y'all. If y'all want to get in on these live verbal cardios, you can join my Patreon at anything for as low as $5 a month. And you can just get in on this lavishness, because I'm gonna be, they might ask me a good question over here that I'm gonna tackle right here on verbal cardio. And my co-host is in the building. Water, man. Y'all got to drink more water, man. You know what it is. Cam, how much water you drink yesterday? Yeah, we asking the hard hitting questions up in here. Okay, he was 3/4. A lot of people don't even get to 3/4. He almost. I don't even think I got to. I don't even think I did a gallon of water yesterday. I probably did 3/4 as well. Make sure y'all drinking water. You count the seltzer? No. I mean, I guess it's still water. Yeah. You know, I personally, I can't do the seltzer water. I can't do the carbonated. I can't do the LaCroix. I got beef with that. It's just bad. It's just terrible. But drink more water, y'all. I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking the Alkaline 88 smooth hydration joint. Sometimes when you look at water nutrition facts, there's this water we had at the house, and it actually had calories in the water. I was like, man, what the hell is this? Ain't supposed to be no calories in here. But drink more water, man. It's the reason we're all here. It's the reason we exist. You can be like, yeah, but fashion, technology, this, that. None of it matters if the water's gone. If water never made it to this planet and it was on and cracking and the evolution and it was oxidizing and getting itself right, we would not be here. So respect it. Don't be looking at water like it's a burden out here. You know, don't be praising your coffee and your sodas and then disrespecting water like it's a chore. Don't you do that to water.
It's in all those things.
It's in everything I just named. It's in that. It's in you. Water is in us, man. Respect it and drink more of it. Don't be asking me about my skin routine. My skin routine is literally water. That's my routine. I drink a lot of it. I put it on my skin, you know. I try to keep everything to a minimum, but water is the main component, man. And it flushes you out, man. Verbal cardio is back, Slarita. Welcome. Shout out to Slarita, man. Um, First of all, I want to say why I was gone. Um, doing verbal cardio was a lot of you may or may not know. Bill Burr was a big reason why. First of all, Chaz, my co-host on Daddy Issues, he was always telling me, "Yo, start a podcast, do a podcast, do a podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, but the consistency, the setup, it was." And this was like 2016, maybe 2015, 16. He started getting on my head about it. And I was just like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how to set it up. I don't know how to get it going. And then, my boys in Sacramento, Corey and Dennis, they were doing a podcast. And then Corey helped me set up a platform to where I could put verbal cardio on, and he showed me how to do it myself. So I was able to get into a space where I could post it myself through his the website he had going. And so I was doing it, and since I didn't have a visual component, it was easy for me to just upload an episode and get it out there. So I was doing that pretty consistently. And it started out with me talking about a particular movie, and then I just went off the rails, as I often do. I'm everywhere. Y'all know this. And we would go from there. And I was doing it on a regular basis. And then life happens, stuff started getting more busy, and then I would stop, and then start again, and then, stop. And I would lose motivation because I didn't know if people were really, connecting to the content. And then people would be like, yo, bring verbal cardio back. I listen to it all the time when I'm going to work, this, that, and the third. Bring it back. And I was like, yeah, I'll bring it back. And then I started doing daddy issues and a hot nothing. And it was just like other podcasts going, and then life happening, and then, stuff moving and shaking, and, documents, paperwork, dirty carpet, relationships, and, all kind of stuff. And comedy specials getting shot, and shooting this and scrambling and being on tour. It was just like, my head exploded, my nose started bleeding, but it was a lot. But Bill Burr was the big reason why I was like, I can do a solo podcast. I don't have to have a co-host, and that's another thing I like. I could do it by myself. I could just be like me talking to you, running my mouth directly, and I was like, I like that, because Bill Burr, he does his podcast solo. And he would have guests on every now and then, but primarily it's just him. So I was like, yo, if Bill Burr can do it, why can't I? You know what I'm saying? And now with verbal cardio, now I want to bring in guests eventually. It's still going to be me primarily by myself, but I also want to have episodes where I'm bringing guests in. I'm bringing comedians in, musicians. I really want to bring in musicians. That's what I really want to do. Like, I want to bring in, since I'm starting to get the attention of more and more music artists on my page. They're becoming familiar with me. I'm hoping that they would grace me with an interview, had them on the show. And I'd be like, man, that'd be dope if I can get people that I'm a fan of, get them in here, interview them. And I want to be, the new Vlad TV with no exploitation. You know what I mean? Like, Vlad, I feel like he's always digging for the criminal aspect of hip hop artists and actors, and like the drama and the what you did wrong, and all that stuff we're low key interested in because we're nosy as a society. But I still feel like he's exploiting the culture, and a lot of times black voices, because he's always digging for the violence, the crime, the low key feeling like the feds. And so with me, I want to bring in cats that I'm a fan of and talk about the music, talk about the music that they like outside of their own, musical tastes and what they bring to the table. And also just talk about regular stuff, like what they have for dinner. Or, what's their ultimate, what's their favorite thing to have for dinner. And y'all know me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be asking people like, what you had for dinner last night? And it seems random or whatever, but I really be interested. Like I really be like, yo, what'd you have for dinner? I ask people that all the time in my Twitch and my Patreon. I'm like, what y'all eating tonight? What y'all eat last night? What'd you have? And I want to start bringing people in, like, the more the more people that be, man, I love your content. I'm like, good. Be on my verbal cardio. I would love to have them here in person, but I know, certain people might not be able to travel, might not be willing to travel. And so I would have to do it like remotely somehow. And because, I want to interview Pasta News from De La Soul. I want to interview Rhapsody, Cyrock. I would love to get Raekwon and Ghostface Killer and D Smoke and Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9" and Pete Rock and Pharoah Monch. Shoot, Bruno Mars. Hell, I'm just trying to think of all the people that on the music end are familiar with me, and I would love to just get them, in here just to talk to them. And Everlast and there's so many. And I'll be Anthony Hamilton and Avant. And, I would love to just get them in here and just talk to them about music, their life, what they have for dinner. What they have for dinner is going to be the main. You could damn near call my podcast, man, what you have for dinner? Like when I bring a guest in, what you have for dinner last night? Because that's basically what I want to know, out the gate. I would love to get Janae Eiko in here and like, Janae, what'd you have for dinner last night? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's my clink more. That's my clink is what you have for dinner. That's why I love talking about food, man. I'm thinking about food right now because I be fasting. I do the intermittent fasting, man, and it's like I haven't eaten in hours. Hours. Cam, did you have breakfast? Hey, what'd you have? Ooh, apple cinnamon Cheerios. Let me tell y'all something about Cheerios, man. First of all, I haven't eaten in 17 hours, y'all. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah. So I'm ready. I am ready to go. 17 hours and 20 minutes. Because I started my fasting clock at 8:15 last night. Cam had apple cinnamon Cheerios for breakfast. Let me tell y'all something about Cheerios. What's your favorite brand of Cheerios? The apple cinnamon. Apple cinnamon, first of all, is a dope combo. That's a dope duo. Apple cinnamon, when they got together, that was like the perfect. If they were a buddy cop movie, if Apple Cinnamon was a buddy cop movie, we pulling up. They was Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, man. They was Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, man. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Apple Cinnamon go good together. Matter of fact, when I do my overnight oats, I usually put cinnamon in there, but I haven't tried the apple in there either. I'm not sure how the apple chunks would flow in the overnight tip, so I've been kind of scared to do it, but apple cinnamon together. And Cheerios got smart. Cheerios was like, they started out with the regular Cheerios, as we often do. We come out with the one model and be like, yo, Cheerios, it's kind of good for you guys. And then you had to add the sugar yourself. Like I grew up on regular Cheerios, you add the sugar, and I would add too much sugar. And so, you get to drink the milk portion of the cereal, and it was just a swamp down there of just discarded sugar. Yeah, and it was just like, and I never, even in my prime filth, I'm a kid, I eat whatever days, I never felt right about eating a sugar swamp at the bottom. Man, but drinking the actual milk, oh, it's fantastic. It was fantastic. Did you swirl it up, Cam? Did you mix it up and then drink that sweet milk? And so we started with the Cheerios, right? Then Honey Nut hit the scene. Honey Nut came in, changed the game. Honey Nut Cheerios was the crack rock of the Cheerios franchise. Like once Honey Nut came, you no longer had to do the sugar swamp. You could just come in, it was already sweet out the gate. and you can still get a good taste in milk after the Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios remains my favorite of the Cheerio brands. I've had I think I've had the iced Cheerios, the frosted Cheerios,
Apple cinnamon frosted, regular,
and then everything else. Cause they got so many now. Like every time I go to the cereal aisle, I'm like, man, they got all these kind of different Cheerios now. They got the fruit ones, the whatever you into, Cheerios like, we got you. We got to diversify. But Honey Nut Cheerios was always my favorite. I just stopped eating cereal as much because of the sodium. I was trying to watch my sodium because of trying to figure out the dizzy spells and all that. I thought it was sodium related, so I was really watching my sodium intake. And I was like, damn man, I can't do the Honey Nut Cheerios no more. And Sabrina told me about this one chemical that they had in the Honey Nut Cheerios that wasn't good for you. I forget the name of it. And I was like, man, I can't have nothing. I can't have nothing I enjoy. And then Honey Bunches of Oats had too much sodium too. So I was like, come on, man, you're killing me over here. And so I think about cereal all the time. Like the cereal that I get now is Kashi because the stats are dope. But I've even eased back on the Kashi now because I'm doing the calorie counting now. Like I'm counting my calories. I'm food journaling. I'm trying to slim it up, man. I'm trying to get a visible 6-pack for the first time in my life. That's a goal of mine. I've never had a 6-pack in my life. I've started to to get the top ab pieces. Those the easy ones at the top. I've had those kind of coming in before, but I can't get the bottom completion because the love handles and the pudge be sticking around, man. Love handles and pudge, man, it's hard to get rid of love handle and pudge, man. That's a duo you can't shake. Those are like bad roommates that just won't do right. But they always there with you. Whatever you doing, they there. Love handle and pudge. And so right now, my calorie window is like 1,584 calories a day. Let me check the stats real quick. Shout out to Najee, my little nutrition guide in this thing. Shout out to Najee, man. He's in Chicago. So my calorie is set right now at 1,564 a day. So I can have 1,564 calories a day. I'm supposed to get 102 grams of protein. I'm supposed to get within 232 grams of carbs, and I'm supposed to get within 34 grams of fat. That's what I'm looking at, for the daily right now. But then, man, let me tell y'all something. Shit is hard, man. Shit is hard. Y'all looking at me like I got the discipline, but it's tough. It's hard. So everything I eat, I throw in this food journal. And I'm using the MyFitnessPal app to monitor the food and like to log it in. We could do the barcode and stuff like that. So let me walk you through what I eat on a regular basis real quick. So boom, breakfast. I got my overnight oats already programmed in. So my overnight oats consist of quick oats, almond milk, banana, and maple syrup. So if I cut that banana in half, so I'm looking at about 300 calories per bowl of my overnight oats. So that's 300 out the rip. It's about 5.5 grams of fat in there, 7.3 grams of protein. That's my little breakfast. That's my little start the day off right there. And I usually have 2 bowls of overnight oats throughout the day. So now we're looking at 600 and something calories. I already gone. Like that's already done. And then if I do my smoothie, that's another 500 calories right there. So not already I'm at 1,000 calories. So then that just leaves a measly 5-something for dinner. And I'm just like, man, and so it's tough for me to have that 1,500 window. Because normally, like when I lost weight back in the day, when I lost all that weight in 2003, 4, they put me in a plan where I had to get between 1,650 and 1,800 calories a day, 30 to 40 grams of fat. Don't eat anything over 10 grams of sugar per serving. And then when I was doing that, I wasn't monitoring the sodium then. I was just like, whatever. And when I was doing that, I went from 272 to 217 in 6 months. And that was the biggest I ever remember being. I could have been bigger, but that was the first time I got on the scale. And that 272 was looking me in the goddamn face. That 272 was like, I'm right here. I've been here the whole time. 272. You out here, Tone. Nobody told me I was that big. It's all like, goddamn. And so once I saw the 272, I was like, I got to make some changes. I got to get the blood work done. I got to see what's up. Ooh. Yeah, y'all. Water is the best thing smoking, man. Water is life. So that's what I'm doing now, y'all. And right now, my weight, I weighed myself yesterday. I'm at 212.6 as of yesterday. And so I weigh less now than I did in 2004 when I lost all that weight, which is saying a lot because a lot of people just only get heavier. And then when you get super old, you go down again once you wither away and, waste away pretty much. But you got to make it to that wither away stage where you're just real old and just like frail. Because old is the ultimate weight loss, like big old, like elderly old. Like that's when they like skinny and like, the skin is weird. And that's what you want to get to for the weight. Here's the key to slim up, man. You can have major surgery. You can have an organ removed. Like when they took my appendix, man, I was shredded. I didn't have the full six pack, but I was damn close. And then you can just get super old, like big old. Like I'm talking like 80 something, upper 80s, where you just like, hey guys. That's when you can be like real skinny. I don't know what your skin gonna be looking like because it's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot going on. It's gonna be a lot of moles and saggy weirdness, but you're gonna be slim. You're gonna be moving slow. You know what I'm saying? Get old. That's the key. But then when you're in the prime of your life, when you out here eating and you're celebrating and you're clinking glasses and you're getting your burgers and your fries and you're just getting seconds, thirds, and fifths. And you're just eating filth day after day. You posting your little food shots and your restaurant clinkage and your plates, and it's just fat and oils and grease, and you're just digging in, and you think you're getting over, and your body's like, please, slow down. Because even in the blood work would be like, everything's normal, but your body's like, no, it's not normal. The blood work is not showing what we really going through down here. Because here's the thing when you eat out, even if you get on the healthier side of the eat out, they're still putting in mad stuff that's unaccounted for or that you may overlook. They adding in, they cooking with oil that's loaded with fat. They adding in all these extra seasonings that's loaded with all kind of chemicals that may not be good for your body. And then the calorie explosion, the sodium bomb. So even if you think you getting over and you be like, man, I'm making the healthy choices within the restaurant menu, you still gonna get taxed more than you would if you cooked at home. You always gonna get taxed more than you would at home. Once you go out and you get especially when you go to a sit down spot. If you go to a spot and you get like a basic taco, like I went to Del Taco the other day on the Desperate Measures, and I got a vegan taco. I got two of them, and they said on the menu that they were about 300 some calories or whatever. They just give you the best looking stat. They don't give you the full breakdown. So, okay. So that's 300 something calories. How much was the fat? Give me the fat, though. The fat might be like 15 grams per taco. And you like, damn, if you're trying to stay within 34 for the day, just those two tacos put you at 30 grams of fat. Not to mention everything else you ate. So now you at 50, 60 for the day, and it doesn't even seem like that because you went out. And that's the tough part about like food journaling and like, trying to keep it all together. And I'm going to show y'all my goals pick for me. I'm going to see if I can cue it up. Like I had a goals pick of what I want to get back to. Let me see if I got it in this phone, man. This is my little goals joint. This is one of them. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all probably can't see it real good, but this was one of them. But I still had the pudge at the bottom. The pudge at the bottom, but the top was coming in nice. And I was like, yeah, man, this. But I still had that little weird, pudge at the bottom. I don't know what I'm showing, but boom. And then another goals pick. This one I was like, yeah, man, I'm finally getting somewhere and getting over and getting where I got to be. Hold on, let me find this joint. Maybe I don't have this pick in the phone. I should have it in here, though, because that's my goals joint. But I was never able to fully conquer the love handle and pudge at the bottom. The top was crisp, though. It was crisp. All right, hold on. Let me find it. And so that was always like the goal. Because you really gotta make oh, here it is right here. It's almost, pay no attention to I didn't crop this picture low enough, so watch out, fellas. But this is, because I had just got out the shower and I was like, yo, this is like where I want to be. So fellas, I'm sorry, Cam, I apologize, but I just literally cropped out because I was naked in this pic. I literally just cropped out the packaging. But this was the goal. This was the goal right here. I want to get back to this because I'm not back to this yet. Look at that, y'all. I'm trying to get back to that. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure how much I weighed then. I might have even weighed what I weighed now. But I'm trying to get back to that. This is goals for me. I come back to this picture all the time. But in the original picture, I was out here. Everything was visible in that pic. I just had to crop the bottom out. But that's the goal. I can do it, y'all. I can do it. That's the plan. But it's just hard to stay consistent, man. And we all fall short of the consistency, you know what I'm saying? But the key is, you know what? D'Angelo's Voodoo album cover was a big goal of mine. Like I wanted to get in D'Angelo Voodoo album cover shape. Like when somebody used to ask me back in the day, like, what's your body goal? I was like, D'Angelo on the cover of Voodoo. That was the vibe I wanted for myself. And so so that was the goal right there. But food just be calling me, man. Food be texting, calling. Food be, hey, big head. Food just be like, yo, Tone, man, I see you having a good time, man. You ever think about me? I was like, I think about you all the time. Yeah, but you don't act like it. And then I'll be like, well, then let's hang out. And then Food be like, yeah, I knew you couldn't get over me. And then I'll be like, man, it's hard. And then Food be like, remember the times that we had? I'm like, y'all, I talk about you all the time. Well, then why we not together? And then I just eat again. And then you end up in those same patterns. Like, if you really love me, you don't act like you do. But I never got over you. You never got over me. It seemed like I see you out here slimming up and eating different things, man. You still love me, though. Like, I never stopped loving you. It will improve it then. And then, me and Food hook up again. And then it's like, yeah, because Food is undefeated. Food is undefeated, man. I want to give another shout out to my patron people in here, man. More Love, Latoya Larkin, Bank 757, Moyo, Jerome, Ellen Gross, Nikki Marie, Alicia, man. Who got a question for me real quick from the bakery real quick? I'll tackle it real quick and then we'll sign off. Because I'll be out in 30 minutes on verbal cardio, man. Look out. I'm going to go a little bit over just because it's the first episode, but this ain't gonna be no daddy issue hour and a half joint. All right, randomly CJ, I see you, Nikki P. Who got a question for me? Okay, it's Larita. I like this question. My favorite album that didn't sell well. I have a lot of albums that didn't sell well. Okay, I got a lot of albums that I love that never went gold. You know what I mean? So the list goes on and on. Blue in Exile, Below the Heavens. That's one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. That just remained underground. It didn't sell well. Estero, Breath from Another. One of my favorite albums. Didn't really sell well. Shoot, I can look it up right now. Okay, we're going to do Below the Heavens, Blue in Exile. Let's look it up. Below the Heavens. Below the Heavens. Let's see. I don't even think this album even charted on Billboard. But it's one of my favorite. When I made my top 25 of all time, this album is on that list. They got the release. Yeah, it never even charted on Billboard, y'all. So that's definitely one of my favorite albums that didn't sell well. Let's look at Estero. Okay, Estero, her discography. Breath from Another. Actually, the album has sold over 100,000 copies. So this had a better commercial performance than, say, Below the Heavens. So we got Breath from Another. We got the Van Hunt album is another album I love. Didn't sell well. Let me look at my top 25 real quick. And then I could tell you what sold well, what didn't. And then we could take it from there. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, Blue in Exiles, Below the Heavens was definitely one of those joints where it never even touched Billboard's, chart. And I was just like, man, this album, I couldn't stop playing it. Another album that wasn't even an official album. I guess we don't want to include mixtapes. I guess not. Common's Resurrection didn't sell well. That didn't go gold. It did get on Billboard, Billboard charts. But you know what I mean. Let me see if I can find it. Top 25. But I love the Resurrection album. Didn't go gold. It's a lot of albums though that I love that didn't really go gold or platinum like that. But shoot, in my heart, in my soul, in my all, in my everything, this album is my everything. It's a lot of albums like that. I was like, I don't care about the sales. I only want you. All right, let's see. Boom. So in my top 25 hip-hop albums of all time, most of them did go gold at least. I'm not sure if Cadillactica by Big Crit went gold, but I remember it selling pretty good, though. But I just don't think it got a plaque. The Minstrel Show by Little Brother didn't sell well, but that's one of my favorite albums of all time. Yeah, so those are the ones. I hope that answers your question, Slarita. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in to Verbal Cardio's official return. I want to thank everybody that's pulled up from the Patreon. Thank y'all. I'm going to do this every time I do an episode so you guys can get the first dibs on everything. Everybody that's in the Patreon right now, they're seeing this in real time. They are here with me in real time. I got about 60 of y'all in here in real time watching it with me. And so they're getting first dibs. You can get first dibs too if you join my Patreon. And you can get the Verbal Cardio first dibs. So I'm happy to be back. In the future, I'll have guests on, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be me just running my mouth in 30 minutes, doing what I do. Y'all know how I do. The Bakery 8 hoodie is available now. It's only going to be available for a week. By the time this drops, you only got a couple days left to get yours. Click the link in my bio. Head to Tony Baker Haberdasheries. Get your Bakery 8 hoodie ASAP. This is the first Bakery hoodie I've released to the public. So it's special. And it's one of the more popular colors that I've hit the streets with. So get your Bakery hoodie, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please drink more water. And thank you for tuning in to another session of that Verbal Guardian.